Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot. And this is going to be a reading for Libra, energies in and around the Libra collective for the month of February. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time throughout the month of February. This reading may or may not be for you. This is also for any Libra placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also, keep in mind, guys, energies can be swapped around. I could be speaking directly to you, Libra, or I could be speaking directly to a cross-watcher. If this reading does not resonate, do check your other signs and placements, and don't forget to cross-watch. All right, Libra, let's see what kind of energies need to come through for you for the month of February. If you have not already done so, do feel free to hit that subscribe button below to join the channel. I see a beam of light coming down, so I think get ready for something to be illuminated is a message for you, Libra. But let's see what the cards have to say, and I think maybe you're experiencing some very uncomfortable ascension symptoms. As we journey towards higher consciousness, we experience a lot of uncomfortable emotions, a lot of physical symptoms, a lot of over mental stimulus. So I think really note the positive or negative impacts these ascension symptoms are having in your life, because I do think love is in focus. I do think you deeply want unconditional healthy love, and it does want you too. So get ready to pivot. I think you're at a fork in the road, and I think you're going to have to make a substantial decision when it comes to your pathway being illuminated moving forward. So what does Libra need to be aware of when it comes to the energies for the month of February? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, I think get ready to face some fears and to be accountable. I think accountability is in focus when it comes to reigniting your passions. I think maybe there's some fear that needs to be faced. Maybe there's, illusions of the mind being shattered in the month of February when it comes to breaking any addictive chains, any unhealthy relationship patterns. I think maybe there is a telepathic connection here in focus. You and another are likely connected in the spiritual realm, and you can likely transmit each other's thoughts and emotions. Maybe there's fear around the intensity of this connection, but I think allow the illusions of the mind to shatter in order for you to experience life without any reservation or any expectations, because you do kind of need to break some chains here, whether these are addictive chains, addictive relationship patterns, restrictions, or impediments. I think freedom is always a choice. So where are you needing to be accountable? I think somebody here is really mirroring a lot of fear to you, Libra, and you're going to need to look in that mirror. You're really going to have to be accountable for where you're at, where you're going, where you have been, and to finally take total ownership of your past in order to step into the future. So be open to receiving the lesson. Be open to receiving the messages that are coming through when it comes to a telepathic connection. Because, yeah, you're at a pivot point. You are at a pivotal, oh my God, Libra, I can't talk with Mercury retrograde. A pivotal point when it comes to being at a fork in the road when it comes to your spiritual journey. So I think get ready to make an important decision. I think somebody or someone has really sparked your passion, ignited your passions again, and you're really being led by the heart here. So what is the heart asking you to do? Because something or someone is lifting your mood, sparking your creativity, sparking this love for life again. And I kind of feel this really is illuminating your spiritual path. So I think greater purpose, greater awareness when it comes to your purpose is likely coming forward. So explore this journey to your higher self. Release any fears of the mind when it comes to this pivot point, because I do feel you are connecting with your guides, the angelic realm, the archangels, and they're really trying to guide you on your journey when it comes to finding your tribe. So if you've been waiting to receive a message, I think get ready for a message of significant importance to come through in the month of February. I think maybe you're not expecting this message. either way, I think you're going to need to listen to what is being said, because I do think you're shifting your vibration, elevating your consciousness, and you are encouraged to only seek out friendships and romantic partnerships on that same level that are going to contribute to your soul's growth, and to release anything that has been keeping you stuck and stagnant. I think it's really time for some rigorous honesty. I think get ready to learn a major karmic lesson. I think you likely have incarnated with a karmic soulmate this life, serving as a catalyst when it comes to resolving some past life issues, some past life karma that is needing to be balanced this life. And maybe this karmic soulmate connection was a trigger when it comes to you deepening your relationship to yourself in order to call in that telepathic soulmate connection. But I think there's going to be a pivot point, and something is going to be illuminated when it comes to what really motivates you and brings you joy. So I think get ready for a painful lesson to come up to be addressed. I think maybe this hurts. Maybe you're needing to get honest with yourself about a connection. Maybe somebody is mirroring back to you your deepest, darkest fears. Maybe you fear walking away from something because maybe you fear there's nothing going to be on the other side of that. But the angels and the guides are saying this is a substantial pivot point when it comes to progression. So be open to receiving the clarity, the messages from your higher self. So quiet the mind, go into meditation, and allow this clarity to flow through you, because you are being invited to, to take ownership. The energy really is inviting you to really look in the mirror and to face all of those fears, which are an illusion to begin with, in order for you to go forward without any expectations. So let's see what else needs to come through with the tea leaf deck. I think negative forces are working against you in order for you to tap into your spiritual guidance. I think protection from harm. You are protected. And I think maybe you might need to accept some valid criticism. I think maybe you've been in denial about something. I think you've been in a very dissatisfying energy when it comes to your life, when it comes to where you've been at. And I think this pivot point is really important when it comes to getting centered, getting grounded. So you could be dealing with somebody born in the month of September, Virgo. And I think get ready for a karmic chain of events. In order for you to break free from something, there's definitely going to be a karmic chain of events that is going to deeply affect your life. And I think if you've been feeling very dissatisfied, healing is on the way with the star card. So success is guaranteed. I think you really have nothing to worry about. There is a pathway of money waiting for you to find it. And wealth is always an inside job. So how do you perceive yourself with your self-worth, your self-value? Are you grounded? Do you know you're worthy? Do you know your worth? Do you know your value? Because I think plenty of material things are coming forward. And I feel, I think deep down at the core, Libra, you are the energy of balance and justice. And I think you do. You deeply, deeply desire a secure and loving, emotionally supportive family. I think get ready for new doorways of opportunity to open. Ooh, but you're going to need to be careful, because I think you got a two-faced friend working against you. Could be dealing with the Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but I think you better watch your back, because somebody is trying to bring you down. Somebody isn't being honest and truthful with you. And maybe that's a block to this new doorway opening, because there is a new doorway. There is a new opportunity to build a solid foundation. An emotionally secure and loving family is in focus for you. Maybe somebody you've been dealing with since September. I kind of feel you might be dealing with a Virgo. But either way, there's going to be a chain of events, and nothing is going to be the same ever again as you kind of release the past and step into the future. So let's see what needs to come through with the energy oracle. Yeah, there's that Jesus consciousness. Compassion, forgiveness is in focus. And there is a man holding his heart. Maybe he hasn't given it away yet. Maybe he's thinking about who he wants to give it away to. Yeah, because he's not walked through that garden gateway yet. I think he's got his heart on lock and key. And I think the time is now for a reignition of this passionate connection. I think healer of the ages. So Jesus consciousness is coming through. And I think there's been fear, without a doubt. Stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, And the time is now to face that fear head on, because the doorway to romance is opening up. I think somebody is getting ready to engage their heart in order to bring a sense of balance back into their life. And I think a lot of ancient Akashic memories are coming forward. And maybe somebody is feeling the pain of not having you in their life. Maybe you've been in a period of separation. I do think this hurts. Somebody here has been deceiving you. Somebody here maybe has been deceiving themselves. You need to be careful, because you are dealing with a two-faced friend. Maybe this has hurt you in the past, but I kind of feel a cycle winding to a close. Maybe somebody's had a blocked heart chakra, and maybe somebody's heart is about to get ripped wide open in order for this beautiful uncaging to take place. I think there is fear about maybe giving somebody's heart away. But I feel that 33 is a master number, mastering a karmic lesson. I do feel illuminating your spiritual path, and you really have nothing to worry about, Libra. So release that fear, release that anxiety, and trust that everything is working out in your favor. So let's see what some of these influencing energies are. Oh my God, Libra. Commitment, travel. I kind of feel maybe somebody's getting ready to come and see you. Short distance travel, long distance travel. I think get ready for an event. With the 3 and the 5 breaking down to an 8, there is an infinite connection here. There is something needing to come back around to be addressed. And then we have this lack of consciousness. So somebody's been in a lack mentality. Maybe your finances are good, but maybe you're bankrupt on the heart. And I feel get ready for a shift in consciousness, because truth, integrity, and accountability is in focus in order for great achievement. Maybe this will lead to a marriage, a committed partnership, a higher level of commitment. But I think get ready for the signing of a brand new soul contract. All right. What are these influencing energies for Libra? Loss. There's going to be a loss in order for a gain. I think somebody's losing out on a karmic social circle. I think maybe it's time to seek some new supportive connections. I think somebody's at the crossroads. This is feeling like 2 of Wands. It's time to make a decision. Maybe somebody fears losing you, or maybe you've already lost somebody. I'm not sure. But I think somebody's ships are sailing away, and it's kind of time to embrace some new supportive connections. Maybe somebody has lacked gratitude for you. Maybe somebody is stuck in a false foundation, worried about the status quo. What are people going to say when it comes to closing out a cycle? But I do feel foundations are in focus, and I think get ready for a loss in order for a gain. All losses do create a chain of events in order for you to move in a new direction. So let's read out of the book when it comes to this loss, because I feel there is going to be a loss if somebody doesn't make a decision, is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's look at this loss energy, Libra, and see what is up with that. 134. So 8, once again, breaking down to an 8, something needing to come back around to be addressed. Maybe somebody lost you. I think get ready for a separation. I kind of feel there's going to be a loss. Something that was lost will be returning to you, I think, or whatever is being lost is going to be replaced with something so much better. So if you've been in a period of deep grieving, deep sadness, dissatisfaction, I think all of these limitations are rounding a close, are coming to an end. I think it's time for you to open up to more joyous experiences, to new supportive connections, Libra. And I kind of feel there's so much more on the other side of what it is that you have lost. Maybe you are losing out on a connection. Maybe you are experiencing a separation. But I kind of feel, Libra, on an energetic level, there's something that you need to remember. Perhaps maybe it's time for an old love to come back to you. But I think you're going to need to approach this from a renewed sense of honoring your heart. Maybe somebody's been repressing this truth on their heart for quite some time. But I think there's going to be an opportunity to work on these issues, to work on this problem at hand that maybe was not addressed properly the first time around in your life. But I think You do deserve harmony, Libra. You do deserve to live the honoring life. So give yourself the respect you deserve. And then you will be able to expect that from others. So I think get ready to attract someone new. And don't forget, Libra, that you do deserve the best. So in order to make your dreams come true, I think get ready for a heart chakra awakening. I kind of feel you're going through a deep spiritual process when it comes to honoring your emotions. And I kind of feel maybe somebody's been standing in between you and this person you've been trying to attract in. And I feel maybe it's been feeling like this person has been drifting farther and farther and farther away from you. But I think although it might be a time of loss, you can always recuperate whatever's been lost. I think a complete severing of ties when it comes to closing out a toxic family cycle or a work cycle or a relationship of some sort, Libra. And I feel maybe this will signify a financial loss, but in the end, whatever was taken will be replaced with something so much more valuable. So I think get ready to deal with some residual anger and some sadness, and you might want to journal about it because self-love is going to be in focus in February, Libra. It's kind of time for you to only go towards supportive people and to allow yourself to take back control of your life. I think you've lacked power, and it's kind of time to reestablish your strength, your power, because your soul knows that something so much better is on the way. So connect with some new supportive connections. I feel there are new soulful connections trying to come in, but you need to be open to receiving those new friendships, those new energies, Libra. So let's see what is being evaluated. Yeah, something here isn't for you. I think maybe you're evaluating what it is that you can do to step into service with the collective. We all have life lessons to learn, and when we learn them, we're supposed to put that knowledge to good use and teach others the lessons that we have learned to help them through their struggles and their fears and their illusions. So I think checkmate. Something is coming to an end. You're not playing games anymore. Your luck is changing. But there is a need to release something that's not meant for you. So what is Libra evaluating in the month of February? Oh my goodness, Libra. What is Libra evaluating in the month of February, please? I'm pretty sure you're kind of in between worlds. I feel one cycle hasn't fully closed out before you can step into this new, vibrant, colorful energy trying to come through. And I think you have a deep knowing. You're really going into that intuition. There is a fated connection here, and maybe it's time to leave something behind in order to bring this new expansive connection forward. I think get ready to receive some communication. I do feel a major heart chakra expansion, heart chakra awakening in the month of February, because somebody's been stuck at that fork in the road. And I think somebody's about to get the rug pulled out from under them because it is decision time. I think you can't stay stuck forever. Somebody here is needing to take accountability for their life. Somebody here really is needing to make a decision because that fork in the road, Spirit said it's time to make a decision. The time is now. I think karmic consequences because somebody has not owned up to their obligations. And it's time to make that necessary choice. So, you know, every choice has a consequence, and not making a choice is also a choice, Libra. So whether this is your energy or somebody you're connected with, somebody is at a fork in the road. And it's kind of time to come to a decision in order to progress forward. Whether you're choosing left or choosing right, there really are no wrong choices. All roads always lead you back to self, always lead you back to home. You might have to spiral through a couple more lessons, but I think bottom line is the choice is yours and yours alone. So although other people can influence us with our decisions, maybe a two-faced friend is trying to backstab you, I'm not sure, Libra, but I think you need to kind of be present in the moment. You cannot avoid this decision being made. The time is now. It's crossroads energy. So take heart. No matter what path you choose, it will have a meaningful experience. So I think this moment of truth, revelation is coming through in regards to your evolution, to your relationship experiences. So, you know, we can choose to open up to love, and to commit to a deeper experience when it comes to relationships, or you can choose to walk away. I kind of feel it's really time for somebody here to take responsibility and to be honest with themselves and to do what is best, to do what is right. And like I said, we can never ever make a wrong choice. It's all lessons for our growth. So in order to move forward within a relationship, I think it's going to require rigorous authenticity. So I think somebody is facing some consequences when it comes to some past decisions, because maybe somebody's been hanging on to something for fear of being alone. But either way, there's an ending here, and the energy is going to get intense because this is about genuine connections moving forward. So all roads lead to lessons that you have to learn this life when it comes to relationship patterns. So what is it that you've resisted learning when it comes to taking accountability, when it comes to looking in the mirror? Because if you want a true experience of the heart, you have to develop that relationship with yourself first and foremost. So I think you've come as far as you can go on this leg of the journey, and it's kind of time to face a decision in order to go to the next level. So narrow it down. You need to become what it is that you want to attract. So in order to live a life of prosperity, you really have to get honest and get honest from the heart. So I kind of feel abundance is coming when you open up the floodgates to the heart. So what else needs to come through? I think somebody's been self-sacrificing here, really needing to shift their perceptions. There is a fated, destined turn of events. The wheel is spinning you forward because this is a time of deep inner introspection, integration, releasing those fears about financial security, survival fears, and getting ready to speak some truth. So get ready for some truth to be exposed and to be spoken into existence in the month of February, because you're closing out a major cycle. I think you're receiving the downloads when it comes to reigniting your passions again. The Ace of Wands, brand new, exciting beginning from the heart, from the heart. So get ready for a disruption. Everything false has to crumble in order for this new experience to come in. So I think you're going to be spending a lot of time in solitude, inner introspection when it comes to a lot of these Akashic messages coming through, because you're closing out a major cycle, learning a major lesson, maybe around self-worth. You could be dealing with any of the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius, or you could once again be dealing with a Virgo. I think it's kind of time to go within, to do that deep dive, to learn something new, because your heart way is being activated after a major karmic disruption, because everything false must fly away, fall away, fly away, whatever. But I do feel a brand new beginning, a brand new passionate beginning. And it is kind of time to ignite your passions again, to really figure out what speaks to your heart and soul. So whatever loss you are experiencing, it is going to lead you to a greater experience when it comes to your relationships in the month of February. But let's dig into your person. Could be dealing with the Cancer. I think your person's getting the brakes put on something, because it's not working anymore. There's been this chronic indecision. There's that Virgo energy again with that Hermit. Somebody's been going within, really stressed, a lot of nightmares, a lot of sleepless nights when it comes to making a decision. And I think something's coming to a dead stop, because this fork in the road, the time is now for accountability. What else does Libra need to be aware of when it comes to their person, please? High Priestess, Tower reversed, unavoidable change. I think somebody's been, not really talking. The High Priestess is a very singular energy. I kind of feel there's about to be a major ending here, because your person is being spun out of their comfort zone. I kind of feel maybe your person's health is declining with the Four of Swords. I think your person's really thinking about a solid foundation here. And maybe there's been resistance because they're not ready to step into a higher level of commitment. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Or maybe your person's been dealing with a karmic feminine energy, the Queen of Wands reversed, Five of Swords reversed. Maybe your person's been dealing with a very jealous, possessive, controlling energy, wanting to win at all costs. I feel a major release when it comes to a false contract, the ending of a committed partnership, the ending of a marriage. I think there's been resistance to walking away from this cycle. Maybe somebody is wanting to come back around. I don't think you're going to see this tower coming. I don't think your person's going to see this tower coming. I don't think they're talking to anybody about what it is that they want from a foundation. And I feel destined course of action, a destined change of course in order to take action, because I do feel your person is deeply wounded. I feel a huge loss of financial abundance when it comes to the closing of a toxic committed partnership. I do feel the ending of a marriage, a final court decision is being made. I feel you're going to need to release control. Somebody here is very controlling, very possessive, not wanting to walk away from something that I feel is very toxic. Maybe there's a lot of gaslighting, belittling here, abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. But this is coming to a close because it's time. This might have been avoided up until now, but there's about to be a major tower because there are secrets here in a foundation that are no longer, it's no longer working. I do feel a lot of heart issues, health issues, a need to heal a broken heart when it comes to a foundation. Maybe at one point in time it was solid, stable, happy, but I don't think there's anything left here to celebrate. So get ready for some secrets to be revealed. Lying, cheating, stealing. Huge, huge missed opportunity when it comes to a brand new abundant beginning. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag. I always feel Scorpio energy with that tower. And then we do have Pisces, but I think a major release because, maybe it's time for you to do the work, to know your worth, to know your value with the Empress reversed. The Empress reversed is controlling, does not know her worth, does not know her value. Maybe it's time to do the work. Maybe it's time to come into a deep inner understanding that somebody is just not emotionally available, or maybe somebody is going to be coming forward that didn't do the work before. Virgo energy again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and come forward with an emotional apology, an emotional outpouring of, telling you that they see you as their ultimate fulfillment. But let's see what needs to come through on your side, Libra. What else does Libra need to be aware of on their side, please? Fated, destined, turn of events, something coming back from the dead, maybe something that you thought was dead and gone. I think there's been obsession here. There's been an unhealthy connection. I think somebody wants to come forward and build on solid ground, build something from ground zero, come forward with that accountability, with that truth. Maybe it's time for you to get honest with yourself. Where have you been lying to yourself? I think there's been rats in a foundation. I think you do got a two-faced friend working against you. Be careful who you talk to. There's something very toxic here. Somebody here has made a very poor judgment call, and maybe it's time to release a long-standing burden. I kind of feel resistance to an ending of something very toxic. I feel almost like a trauma bond here when it comes to some past energy. And maybe it's time to learn something new, Libra. I think you've lacked strength to, be accountable with this past betrayal, and it's time to get honest. I think there's been a major injustice. Maybe there's been blocked communication. Somebody's not been doing the work, even though I think they deeply want a second chance when it comes to a missed opportunity. But there's blocked communication when it comes to bringing balance back into a situation. Maybe somebody fears seeking resolution, seeking a reconciliation, because maybe there's still some toxicity here that is needing to be addressed before building a solid foundation. You got to get to the bottom of whoever these gossiping friends are, because that's going to create another cycle of injustice when it comes to a situation. So I think get firm in your boundaries. I think it's really time to get honest with yourself too. You got two people here that aren't looking at each other and aren't talking to each other. So I do feel this is a burden that is needing to be released. There is definitely an ending here when it comes to a new beginning. And there's been resistance to this change, to this ending. So what is needing to close out? Because the time is now for rigorous honesty, Libra. Could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Capricorn, but I think there's been a lack of awakening. There's been a lack of opening up to receive. And I think it's D-Day is kind of what I feel. So Let's actually grab some archetype energies. Let's dig into your person. I think it's time to free yourself from any outdated beliefs. It's time to release these negative thought patterns because it surely has created a self-imposed prison for somebody. So what else can you tell me about Libra's person, please? Selfless devotion. I feel your person really has a negative judgment when it comes to the physical world, and they've really been playing into a pity party in excess. And it's kind of time for your person to release this single-minded energy and to kind of step forward in dedication to a spiritual connection is kind of what I'm feeling. I think your person is feeling like a fool. I think they've denied emotional truth on their heart for quite some time. And the energy really is revealing these hidden emotions. I think your person maybe was betrayed by some misuse of confidences with a two-faced friend and is experiencing a loss of identity. And they're really trying to figure out what it is that they're seeking from a loyal, tenacious companion. And I think maybe your person fears coming forward. Maybe they're looking at you like this damsel in distress, waiting for somebody to provide for you, to save you, which has really created a negative romantic illusion around a connection. And I think you're both really needing to understand what a healthy relationship entails, because you can never rely on somebody else to save you. So I kind of feel your person's been very selfish. They've been, lacking the ability to be emotionally vulnerable. And maybe there's a full sense of entitlement that your person is needing to work through in order for them to develop their personal willpower and their strength of spirit. So I kind of feel a lot of negative forces working against you in this connection in the month of February. And you're really going to need to face any percepted limitations when it comes to transcending all of these blocks. So on your side, Libra, I think you're kind of coming into your own mystic healing capabilities. And I do think a divine union is around the corner, but you're really going to need to release control. We can never control another's choice. So I think recognizing your own eternal life force energy within yourself in order to offer some compassion. I think you're tapping into a new dimension of life in the month of February, and it's kind of time to embrace this new expression of life, because you likely are a mystic healer, Libra, and you likely have the ability to feel beyond the five senses, to see beyond the veil. So what can you bring forward that can inspire others to see life symbolically? Because I think a lot of enlightenment, you might have been dealing with a bully in the past, and I kind of feel whatever fears are coming up to be addressed is an illusion when it comes to some past verbal or physical abuse. Maybe you've been abused in the past, and I think the energy really is highlighting where you allow others to intimidate you so you can confront those fears and stand up for yourself. So I think get ready to step into a more enlightened leadership role within the collective, because there is a lot of angelic protection surrounding you, and maybe it's time for you to step up and help those in need without expectations of anything in return. Let's see what else needs to come through with the romance angels. There's that money coming up again, so pay attention to your finances. There might be a career change on the horizon in the month of February. Maybe finances have been a factor when it comes to somebody coming forward with an offer, but I do feel a deep romantic attraction here. And the more you stay in the present moment, the easier it is for that connection to be magnetically drawn to yourself. So I think either one or both of you really need to free yourself from all of this past baggage in order for this new love to come forward. So break the chains, free yourself from these restrictions, and decide what it is that you want. I think you're still needing to release an ex. Maybe there's, a marriage coming to a close that needs to finally reach its peak. It's really time to release your ex. All of that past baggage, if you were abused in the past, it's time to clear your energy, because new love is coming in very, very soon, Libra. So you kind of got to know that you deserve love. Whatever offer is coming in, it will likely lead to a committed partnership. So I think maybe you've been waiting a very, very long time for this, and I think divine is letting you know it was worth the wait. Divine timing is at work in your love life when it comes to the month of February. So get ready for a higher level of commitment, and you gotta clearly decide what it is that you want so the universe can bring it forward for you, because you might even have a new person here coming to spark your interest in some romantic feelings, but there's something that you need to break free from when it comes to some past relationship issues, when it comes to taking accountability for yourself. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Yeah, adopt a healthy state of mind, Libra. Free yourself from the illusion of the mind, from any clutter or any negative influences, because, you know, in order to heal, you do have to process these deep emotions. So what other messages do you have for Libra, Spirit? Messages from Spirit for Libra, please. I think a major and necessary transitioning is happening in the month of February, Libra. And this really is part of your purpose. So allow whatever transitions are taking place to occur. I think maybe somebody has overstepped, and you need to address where those healthy boundaries need to be drawn. Draw that line in the sand with your ex, because you're going through a major transition when it comes to your spiritual journey. And although you're likely going to face obstacles in February, you are going to get through this. So only choose friendships and supportive connections that will treat you with dignity and respect. And be careful of self-sabotage. Isn't that the truth? We usually sabotage something before it begins out of fear. So maybe you're going to need how do you see yourself in this situation is a question. Self-awareness is going to allow you to shift that perspective. And, you know, all partnerships require compromise and an open heart and a loving, open heart and mind. So be careful who you give your energy to. You do have people that have been depleting you, that have not been reciprocating you. Maybe you've been pouring your energy into everything else but you. So what about you? And if you've been wondering if a reconciliation is going to happen, I think maybe the answer is yes. But you need to really honor your physical vessel. You really need to honor your energy, and to open up the heart, and be careful. Be careful of self-sabotaging, because I do think, you deeply desire that emotionally secure family structure, and I think you're going to need to expand your consciousness. I think you might be dealing with a storyteller or a liar here, Libra, and I think it's time for you to level up. I think maybe you've been looking to somebody else to give you what it is that you need to give to yourself, but either way, there is a telepathic, supernatural connection here, and it's kind of time to explore that in its higher light. So somebody is getting ready to speak some truth straight from the heart. So if you've been waiting to receive communication, I think balance is being restored. I think somebody here is all up in their thoughts. Your thoughts are not your friends, Libra. Let me make that clear. So get out of the head. We can never, ever logically think our way through a spiritual connection. It is a phenomenal connection that really is so deep below the surface. The thoughts really can create a lot of blocks. So I think somebody's been hanging from a thread, waiting for communication, could be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo once again. But I think equanimity is about to be restored. Somebody is about to attempt to come forward and balance some scales, because, life is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be an adventure. And I think somebody is getting ready to be completely 100% transparent when it comes to communication. I think get ready. You might be facing a moment of crisis in the month of February as a wake-up call to clean up some past baggage in order to shine your light. So you are going to need to protect yourself. I think it's time to cut cords from negative people, negative patterns, negative attachments. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. I think it's time for a spiritual surgery to get rid of everything negative out of your life in order for this deliverance of this spiritual connection to come forward. So, positive thoughts heed positive results. So I think a lot of dark forces are at work in your life in February. So you might want to arm yourself as you are throttled back before you're catapulted forward. So get ready, because you're going to be starting to live a life in a brand new cycle when it comes to living a life of purpose. And this is a pivotal month for you when it comes to this transition. So embrace the flow. And that's what I got for you, Libra. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If it did and you would like to book a personal reading, please feel free to check out the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.